Hello, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how you can cut and sew these blazers yourself or for your client. This is sleeveless, as you can see. So let's get into it. Before then, please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment under this video. So here is the fabric, already folded this into four. So one is for the back and the other is for the front. So the back is where I'll be starting the measurement from. This is the back. I already pinned it down to the front. So what I did is I measured 2 inches on the front before starting up the measurement. So this is 2 inches. You can see it's slated, so that is for the front, and the back is folded. So from the center back now, start by taking the shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. Then I'll be adding extra 1 inches to it. Remember, it is sleeveless we are making, so I'll then go in again from that center back by 3 inches for the neck width. So after doing this, I'll go down here by 1 inches for the shoulder slope on that shoulder line. So then I'll connect it from the 3 inches for the neck width to that new shoulder slope I just outlined. So after doing this, the next thing I will do is take half an inch on this line, which is the shoulder line that I just outlined. So I'll connect it as the new neck width, which makes it 3.5 inches. So I'll connect it now to the 1 inches I'll be using for the back neck depth. So on this line, I'll go down here by your round armhole. You go down here by your round armhole measurement, divided it into two, and then you subtract 1 inches. So that place will be a bit, tight. Remember, we are not adding sleeve to this. Next thing I did from this, remember, we are not taking the measurement from this line, we are taking it from the center back. So I'll take the round bust measurement, dividing it into four, and then I'll outline it from the from the shoulder slope downwards to the armhole curve. That is where you will be stopping your lines. So you divide the lines now into two. Whatever you have there, from there you connect it using your pattern master downwards to meet up with the bust measurement. So without being done, I will just take my measuring tape again and go around the armhole curve to see if it's correct. So the next thing I will be doing is taking the full body measurement, and then I will outline it from that bust point there. I will just go straight like an A line down. You can see the way I'm doing it. So I'll outline it using my ruler, and after doing this, I will take my scissors and start with the cutting. So yeah, after cutting it, the next thing I did is take out the back from this patterns here. So I already cut the two sides, the sides of both the back and the front together, including the armhole. So what I need now is to take the v-neck for the front. So before doing that, the first thing I'll do is taking from the shoulder downwards to your bust point, so you don't go below your bust point. So I wanted this to be at the upper area of my bust, so I'll just leave it at like this, so like 1 inches before the bust point. So then you take your pattern master now and connect it like so. But before doing that, I'll fold in the 2 inches excess we have on that front bodice, just because of the button later on. So I will then take my pin to secure it down before outlining it with my pattern master. So I'll take my pin now and pin it down so it doesn't move, because I'm working with a very difficult tape rule. So I'll take my measuring tape again and see if it is 3.5 inches I'm having there before outlining it. So just note, this is the v-neck from the bust point, like I said earlier. So I'll take my pattern master now and connect it from the shoulder width downwards to the neck depth. So you can see I'll cut this out now. So just so you know, this is depending on your preference, you can either go down or you go up, like if you want to. So you can see how it is looking now. I cut it together with these 2 inches, so I will merge it again together like so. As you can see, the other side is still V, and then I will remove the back completely. Then I'll be cutting the facing now. I'll remove this, and then I will fold in the amount of facing I'll be needing for both the sides of the front. So I'm going to be placing the bodies on it now. As you can see me doing, just make sure whatever you're having there, it's more like you are doing this lapel jacket. You understand me? So it goes around this shoulder line, as you can see. So it is mainly from the shoulder line, maybe like 2 inches to 3 inches from the shoulder line, from the neck width downwards to the shoulder line. So now I'll cut from the down part. I'll cut like 4 inches. 4 inches. I will measure 4 inches. That's where I will be cutting from. So I will then trace it from this area here. You can see I'll cut the upper area, and then I'll cut out the neck. You can see the way I'm doing it. Just follow the way I am doing this so you get it properly. So, and then afterwards, I'll then outline it from that end there. I'll cut it like so. It is folded, so I'll cut it just so it can be separated from the other side. So after doing this, the next thing I'll do, I'll take this up now, and then I'll outline it like so. You can see the way I'm doing it. So I'll then give it the shape I need for the lapel to, for the facing to serve as the lapel of these jackets or blazers. You can see I'll be placing the right side facing the right side now, which is the facing that is also going to be standing as the lining for these blazers. So after doing this, I'll cut out the excess from the shoulder line. After cutting it out, I'll then cut out this area before the V. You can see the way I'm doing it. I'll cut that out now, that 2 inches, and then half of an inch will serve as the sewing allowance to join both together before putting the two sewing the two, and again using my pressing button and the button area. So that's what I'll be doing now. So I'll just be pinning the sewing allowance together, so to show you how it will look like afterwards I'll finish sewing it together. So I'll do likewise to the second pattern before going ahead to sew it on my machine. So I'll flip it to the other side now so you can see how lovely it is looking. So this is how it's going to be after doing it. So I'll do likewise to the other side so I can get the shape I am in need of before doing any other thing there. So as you can see, it is just being pinned down. You can see the shape is already out. This is how it's going to look afterwards. So I'll take the measuring tape and outline it again if it's accurate. So you can see that is 1.5 inches after pinning everything together. So this will be all for the front. Then I'll take the back bodice now and place it on it like so. You can see how it is accurate the way it is. So I'll just be joining the shoulder lines together afterwards. Then I'll be giving it like 1 inches on both sides for sewing. I'll just be sewing it down like so. As you can see, I'll sew it down to meet up with the waistline. From the shoulder line, I'll stop the sewing at the around the waistline, which is the lower waistline. So then you sew it like a slit round from the waistline to the other end. So I'll come back and show you all how it is looking. You can see how lovely it is looking. You can see the shoulder line. I already joined the shoulder line. You can see the waist from the underarm hole to the waistline. You can see how beautiful it is looking. You can see this is the facing part of the shoulder line. So here is the front. You can see I've joined the facing together with the front. Likewise also the back, I've joined the facing. I also cut the facing for the back as well. You can see how it is. So the next thing I will be doing is gumming it down with the gumming hemming gum. So you can see the armhole baseline. I stitched it without bias. I stitched it down before stitching the sides. That is what I did first. So and then I secured it down with my serger like so. You can see from the waistline downwards, what I was saying earlier, I stitched it round like so using that 1 inches. And the next thing I will be doing after everything now is just to gum it using my hem gum to do that, and I'll come back and show you the end result. So here is it after sewing it. So I have another tutorial about the pants on how to you can make this transparent pants with lining. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel so you can get to see it. Turn your notification bell on to get notified when I upload new videos. Also like, comment below. Until I see you again in the next one. Bye.